The babes who would even bill me or I'd have to spend on and maybe even won't feel like I was impressive are babes that used to live in Nigeria, moved abroad, maybe moved abroad a lot earlier, right? So they've not been in Nigeria for years, but they do come back very often.
Absolutely.
And the reason why there's a bit of pressure with those kinds of people is that you don't want them feeling like the mirror they saw in 2022 is the same person. What do you mean there's no upgrade? What do you mean I couldn't take you out then and I can't take you out now? Yeah. No.
What up, people? It's your favorite podcast, man. Back again with another one. My name is Scenario on Deck.
And I'm Osikoya.
And this is Menisms, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the last episode of the year, and we are going to be back as soon as the year starts. Obviously, our own Detty December is about to kick off. You know, Sunday at Lachette is back, ladies and gentlemen. So go and get your tickets. 22nd, 29th, you know we're at the beach. You know where to find us. And if you're already in Lagos, I hope you've been having a great time. And we are about to get started again. Thank you guys for the whole year. We appreciate you. Abi Meriwa, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, well, we're still going to talk about all our highlights, but for now, we'll start by introducing our guest. We have a special guest here. So please, sir, tell us who you are.
Okay. My name is Deji Osikoya. I'm a lot of things, as everybody is in Lagos. You can't just have one hustle.
Fair enough.
I'm an actor, comedian, podcaster, event host, writer. Just a bunch of things to make sure that my head is above water.
Fair enough. Good hustle.
All right, thank you, and welcome to Menisms. Make sure you guys still subscribe to all our audio channels. Of course, we appreciate you guys. Please, I'm not doing bad guy for you wearing these shades. Niggas are tired. It has been a very long week as we're getting ready for the first last year, and I'm sure Meriwa will say 30 plus is killing us.
Yeah.
So, real quick, before we get into things, you know, how would you guys say your year has been? Now that we're in December and, you know, we're about to be on streets, you know, day December, go out, maybe rest at home, you know, but how would you say your year has been for both of you?
Should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's been a great year, man. And it's funny because I think comparatively to like maybe years before, like I'll say 2023, for example, I probably made a lot less money this year, but like the growth was ridiculous. You know, like I grew in ways that I would imagine. And this is also my first year, like full time as a creator, doing my own thing. Prior to this, I used to work corporates, do PR. But I was like, you know what, let me actually chase my dreams. And I have. And it's still kind of getting to the point where it's like fully sustainable. Like I'm slowly getting there. But as far as like the different opportunities I've been exposed to, the people that I've had conversations with, the rooms that I've walked into that I had no business being in that regard, it's been amazing. But it's also been challenging because it's Nigeria, you know, and fuel, just electricity, all of that stuff. But in general, I'll say it's been a really good year for me.
Okay. What about you, G?
Well, I mean, the year holistically has been tough. I'll be honest. It's been a tough year, but it's also been a year, just like he said, there's so many new things. I was telling someone actually randomly that this is actually my most successful year outside of finances. It's been my most successful year. And I say this because when I even look at the clientele I've built, you know, between January and now, and even the kind of work, the quality of work that I've gotten outside of, you know, other stuff that I do, it's different. It's felt different. I actually felt that change in phase of my life this year, right? But finance-wise, I felt it. I won't even lie. This year really pushed me to the edge. Nigeria is a very, very tough place to survive in, especially if you are in stages of like doing your come up from one stage to another. It's a very, very tough country to survive in. You can't plan. You know, you think you have a strategy. You think.
Yeah.
2 months later, completely gone. You need to go back to the drawing board and re-strategize. But I would say that it's a learning curve as well. You know, there's a lot of stuff to take from the turmoil, would I say, right? But overall, I really like the year. And I think even podcast-wise, we've had some very interesting guests this year. But overall, I think we've done pretty good so far.
Okay. Well, how was the year? I'll say my answers have changed over the year. If you ask me how my year was at the beginning of the year, hell.
Fair enough.
If you ask me how my year was in the middle of the year, hell.
I do remember that. Yes.
Now by third quarter, I think that's when God just say, go to London. go and
enough.
sit down.
And just
And
breathe.
that London trip is what like woke me up and gave me my perspective on stuff. Because obviously I had to pause my business beginning of the year. Had a lot of debt with my business, and grace of God cleared that. Mentally, just had to figure out how to restructure my business and do my business again with letting everybody go and all that. You know, grace of God, we're back now. I mean, things have been working out even better, and it's just like, to be honest, you have to just look at everything from perspective, because even when you're going through it, like you say, there's a lot of growth you go through when you're going through something. It's just how do you look at that problem or that season you're going through? How do you look at it? Because there's so many things you can take from it. Like me now, I can say, okay, with all the hell I went through, I've matured probably more than I ever have. You know, and then at the same time, financially, it's weird because as much as I was in a lot of debt, I somehow cleared that. I probably made more money this year than the other years. It's just that I had a lot more cost because I had to hustle this year. So it was like there was a lot more money that came in, but it's like I didn't get to really touch it. Yeah. But it showed also like, hey, it's possible to even make this money. You just had to go through some stuff, you know, to learn it. So now it's like, okay, with next year now, it's like I say, it's like a clean slate. Just take all the lessons from this year and then move on from there. But I mean, God has been good, like I said, and everything. Content's going well, podcast going well, you know. December, like, I personally am going to enjoy, at least I've said, a good 4 days.
This is so 30 plus, my
4
God.
days.
December is 31 days.
You know, I never thought I'll get to that stage that I'm actually picking.
You
know how before
and you'll be like, you know what?
we run December
This
every night.
This particular Sunday, you know what? Let me leave that for myself.
See, mind you, I said 4 days, so that okay, 5, because obviously I don't count. Let's not count Sunday and last year, to be fair.
Right.
So
Because it's still
out of those 4 in December is when I say on this day we're wilding.
Yeah.
After
fair
that,
enough. Any other
it
thing
is not planned.
Exactly. Don't count me in. You know what? Thinking about it now, what's your perspective on Detty December? Because everybody just talks about Detty December, but people have very different interpretations of what they mean.
We've always said that.
Yeah,
so
I think this is what I mean.
This a new
because people say Detty December, you just
Yeah.
think it's just rocks. Everything is just club and party. But
Yeah.
other people have very different perspectives on what it is.
I think typically for me, December is the time where most of my friends are back.
Right.
So like they make one time out of the year to return. So I get to see them when I don't get to see them for most of the year. But I'm not going to lie to you. The older that I get, the less excited I am about everything.
Bro,
like
I
I
tell
just,
you, I can do it.
concerts is like, okay, like you're going to be out till 3 a.m. The artist will waste time. He'll do this, he'll do that. So at this point in time now for me, honestly, my Detty December is whoever is willing to pay me to be outside. Because like I remember I told you, I host things and I also do like a bunch of like, you know, like maybe conferences and things like that.
Right.
So that's like my means of being out there. So if you see me out somewhere this December, it's either I'm getting paid or someone personally invited me because, bro, the cost is just too much. Kind of like you speaking with about 30 plus. Like I'm knocking on the door of 30 plus, right? And I can feel it already. I feel it in my ankles. I feel it in my knees. I feel it in my back. Exactly. I feel it in the 48 hours I require to get over something I did 2 days ago. Like one day of drinking is like still on your couch the next day. Like, man, guy, ginger now. Ginger.
Let me share this thing. I saw one random post across the week and it said, you get to a certain age, that a particular ache somewhere is like, wait, is this aching me for now? Or is this me? Is this like me moving forward? I'm now that guy with this backache. I'm now that guy with this elbow pain. It's crazy. And the thing is, I was sharing this on one of the older episodes, and I think one of my top Detty Decembers was 2018. So, you know, the buzz really started like 2016, 17. It really started picking up from like after COVID because people were really looking for like a break. But 2018 was like the real soft spot of Detty December. And in that Detty December, when I tell you I partied, I mean from December 12th to 31st, I was doing back to back. I closed from work 5 o'clock, clocking out pre-drinks by 7:30. I'm there till about 11. 11 we move to the club, from one club to another. I get back home at 4:30, wake up by 6, get ready for work. By 8, I'm out of the house, work till 5 to 7, pre-drinks again. I was doing this.
Jeez, you say sorry, I kept thinking because 2018. I'm like, bro, it's way before that though. You know, it's always had this debate.
Yeah, no, but I mean, so the social media craze of Detty December. You know, within us in Nigeria, we knew, but I mean, when it started becoming a proper international community thing where people from outside wanted to experience Detty December, it started picking up from that 2018, 2019, 2020 time. Before then, it was more people in Nigeria and people who used to live in Nigeria who lived abroad and came back. Now you have people who've never even been to Nigeria. But their first experience is I want to be that Detty December. I keep hearing Detty December. Now it has that craze. And when I lived this lifestyle, I tried to recreate that maybe like in 2019, 2020. Body had to tell me. After I did the first 2 nights, I just said, okay, you know what, guys, can we do next 2 weeks? Because even next week, I'm kind of out of commission. And I think over time, after experiencing it, once, twice, 3 times, there's so many things you have to now start thinking of how to hack through. For example, to be honest, things get more expensive in December.
Yep.
I ordered small chops sometime last week. I wouldn't even say what vendor it was, obviously, but I ordered small chops, and I ordered it again this week, and it had gotten 7K more expensive. I had to be like, sorry guys, did I not order from you? You just said, yeah, this is our new menu. I said, wow, what is going on? And I have someone who also was trying to like book appointments for certain things. Everywhere is full. Everywhere is booked. Do you guys have like hacks? Do you guys have like systems? What do you do? Do you have like methods that you kind of use to navigate this dirty sound? Because I think a lot of people need some of these tips if you have any, right? I personally, what I usually do is, because I already know I'm local here, start doing your pre-booking. Whatever you try to do. For example, even things down to haircuts.
Oh, def.
Get your barber on lock that, see guy, I know you'll be booked this Friday, but Friday 5 p.m. just cancel whatever I've already booked you for now. Do you guys have like hacks, even down to like finances? How do you guys like navigate Detty December?
I think I'm kind of like you, where I like to plan ahead of time. Just even kind of like what you were talking about earlier with planning in the year and then your plans being scuppered. I had that same experience because at the start of the year, I was like, okay, this is going to be my budget. And then band A and band B and that whole thing happened and that completely destroyed it.
Yeah.
So I like to plan ahead when it comes to finances. But I think typically it's just, my biggest hack is I just don't feel pressure anymore. I don't feel like the fear of missing out, all of that stuff that back in the days, like, oh my God, there's so much happening. I don't know that there's any experience in Lagos right now that is novel. There's no single one. There's no experience that you can tell me about that's going to make me feel like I really want to be there. Yeah, like I feel like we've done everything. There's no single restaurant that's going to serve any menu that's particularly different from the others. Like, it's just all the same at this point. So it's just having the conversation with myself, like, guy, there's no need to flex. So you don't have the same money as these niggas. It's just making sure my self-esteem is where it needs to be. Such that like I'm not doing more than myself. Honestly, that's it. That's it. Like just looking ahead and realizing a lot of these things aren't worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. You said something about concerts, and I was like, someone was asking me, so are you going for this Ghana? I said, Ghana who? If they even paid me, I'll think about it. If they paid me to go, I'll think about it.
December, I'm not going to concerts because every year I'm at every concert because most times I have tickets or people that work it. So, and I tell people like the concerts now are not as fun like as before. That's why it's like as much as there's a social media hype in the last 3 years or so from Detty December. Like I feel like the peak still was like 2015, 2014, 2016, 2017, because one, the economy was beautiful then. And then even then, like that's when more American artists were coming. Like I still remember when, if you look backwards now, when Migos came that December, that was even the day I landed. Went straight to that concert. People like Trey Songz came. Rick Ross used to come all the time. T-Pain has come. Chris Brown, that was the best concert I've ever been to. Like
in your life?
Yeah, Chris Brown was beautiful. Like he actually, like to see him dancing. I remember he did one headline thing that they built like this big ass ramp. Like he had to climb stairs to do it. This nigga did a backflip off it off a hotel. I've never seen chairman, like big CEOs were all on their table standing like, hey, see this guy, like because even me, I was blown. Like even my uncles, everybody was blown. And it's like again, because the economy was nice. Even the concerts then, like look at Rhythm Unplugged now, right? It's like not bad. As much as I used to go to Rhythm Unplugged every year, but then look at the difference now. How like the headliners now are one day Olamide, one day Arya Star, one day Davido. But Rhythm Unplugged before, every single Nigerian artist, Davido and them are part of the lineup, not headliner. They're part of the line. That worst case, so David will close it or something.
Exactly.
Wizkid will close it, but you always had all of them. It's like, bruh. Now we don't even have that anymore. Now everybody's doing individuals. Like, okay, fair. But I feel like, obviously with the economy, stuff like that, people haven't really gone that real Detty December. Because it's, like I said, it's way past the clubs. Everything you see on social media now with Detty December is just club. And it's the girls pushing the PR.
Let me tell
you one thing nobody's talking about.
Let me tell you one thing that I hacked. Well, I say hacked as my way to enjoy December. When I know, okay, money is not plenty in my hand like that, but I need to rock, I need to dance, I need to eat free food and drink free alcohol. You see office party. Just make sure you network with everybody from whatever bank it is because they will have that office party.
Oh yeah, Gara.
Oh my goodness. And that office party, they will spend that budget. Who is it? Whiskey? They will invite him. David, they would invite him. So you see those. Look, let me tell you.
Yesterday had Charlie Poppin, had Odumodu, had
Do you know what they would do? You know what I would do? So usually their parties are way before the core of Detty December.
Yeah.
Which is the core of Detty December is usually like from like 17th, 18th. That's when all the major stuff really starts happening. So between the 10th and like 16th, like 9th to 16th period, that's when the office parties want to throw their stuff. By that time, I'd have already seen Davido perform. I'd have seen Flavor perform. I'd have seen Wizkid, Olamide. By the time I've had my fill of all of them, what do I want to see in concert again?
Facts.
I've already seen you people on stage. I even shook your leg, bro. Don't worry. Do you get so? By the time I figured out that hack, I was like, wait, you mean all I needed to do was just invest in my outfits, dress up, show up at this thing,
to be honest.
party, and all in there was networking. No one or two
be
people did
honest.
offer office tickets, and then they just sold me
Instead
out,
of you
and
going
I'm
to go and
good.
spend 200 now at Echo Hotel now, that you'll still wait till, by the way,
And
because
you
all
get
these
back.
office parties, guess what? They're on time.
Yeah.
Of course.
Has paid or anything. If you like, try and do artist
course.
late. But you see
Yep.
Rhythm Unplugged now, they'll say,
Oh, you wait.
Don't you- I still remember one Detty December. Jesus. Like, as much as Burna Boy, I love you, my nigga, but that day pained me, Sha. That one that we all waited at, I was at the first Burna Boy that we waited at Echo Hotel. You know, there were
For
two
hours,
instances.
yes.
You know, there was the other one at Echo
Atlantic.
Atlantic.
Yes.
Famous one.
That one I didn't go intentionally. Why? Because I was at the one at
previous
Echo
one.
Hotel that he didn't come out till 3. The guy didn't come out to 3. As in, people were taking. We get VVIP table. Oh. We were napping on the
And I
table.
think the event was meant to start by 9 or something.
Start, bro, we were there from 10 because we had to get our table. I remember we slept right now. When this guy came out at 3, and that's the problem with Nigerians. You go vex. Once he came out at 3,
Yeah.
quick apology. Who's ready to party with Burna? Everybody forgot. I'm like, are you? But listen, let me give you guys a hack with this. How do you guys do the handle the hack with transportation? Because
That's very key.
obviously,
That's
you
very
can
key.
drive everywhere, but you're either going to be sitting in traffic, spending so much on fuel, or you're going to be spending on Ubers anyhow, especially with the surge. So how do you
You know what I
navigate?
used to do? So I would already kind of have whatever outing I have planned out. So let's say, for example, I'm going for a show, a concert, and the concert is in VI. Just find one friend, somebody, or somebody's office. Just go and chill there. Way before peak time. So say, for example, I'm meant to be there for 8. I just go and find myself around the vicinity by like 4. Just find something to keep me busy. Just keep me engaged. So that I know that my journey time from, where I am at that point to where I need to be is like 20 minutes max. And so even if I enter a bit of traffic, okay, it's like, as opposed to coming from home or coming from somewhere else that's far away, that was my own major hack. I'll find somewhere that's close. If I'm going to be in Lekki, I'll find someone that is around here. If I'm going to be in Ikeja, I'll find someone's house to chill, someone's office to chill, or maybe some hotel close by. Just be there until it's time for that thing, and then I just go. Because if I say I should wait, I'm going to be trooping in like everybody else is leaving their home as well. There was one time that I was going for a wedding. I think this was in 2021 or 22, December period as well. I was going for a wedding after party, and the wedding after party was starting for like 7:30. So I had planned that I was going to get there 7:30ish, 8. So I left my house by 6:30 to get there for like past 7. I didn't get there till 10.
Normal.
Oh, and guess what? A bunch of us were just getting there by 10.
Yeah, normal now. You too.
The after party was just starting by 10 because the traffic was so bad that even DJ hadn't gotten, like the DJ that was
The
meant
only
to
thing about December
DJ
is
for
you
the after
have to,
party
it's
hadn't
not
gotten
till like closer to the 25th that traffic will slow down small because most of the Igbo people, as they like to say, are going back home.
going back home. Yeah,
And
so
then
you
other
have that
people
period.
too, so, but
Fair
right
enough.
now, all of us are here. But real quick, guys, if you guys haven't noticed, this episode is sponsored by Pompey. That's why I've just been drinking water anyhow. As you can see, I also said I'm exhausted, but this thing is very cold and refreshing. So shout out to the people at Pompey.
Yep.
But we'll talk about that more later on. I also want to, what's a quick hack, since this is Menisms, what's one hack you'll say guys can use to navigate women in December? So for example, now, like, I know for me when I was on streets a long time ago, I always had...
Go ahead.
If I put myself in trouble. But basically, I always had like a weekly budget for December. And
That's
that weekly
crazy.
budget is for 2, 3 girls max if you're smart. Because they casted me actually this week. It was the funniest thing. So I went to Takwa Bay, right? And I'm setting up for Sunday at Ilashe. So all the men are there. So as we're chilling there now, I went with like 2 girls that were helping us with content and my team and all that. So one of the men now sees me, Shona, we never see you since. So how far that babe that you bring last time?
Wow.
So when he said that now, obviously my people with me are thinking it's, madam and all that. So just like, she's good because I've obviously brought madam there before. So I'm just like, she's good. And then they now went like this. She was very tall before.
Problem.
So once they've said that one, we've already eliminated
know
that one. So already now everybody's now looking
like, oh, tall one.
And you know what the other guy now said? Tall, okay. No, remember now one yellow one he bring this time, bro. These guys they listed 3. At least 3. So everybody in my team is just looking at me like this. I'm just looking like this because at this point I can't remember who they're talking about. Until now, do you know the worst part? The girl we now brought for the content shoot is one of my friends. Shout out to her. That's from Ireland. Then she now goes up, I don't remember when we came here. And when she said we, it sounds like me and her. But she came with a group of us.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you get what I mean by there was a budget for 2 to 3 where, there's beach budgets, cheap dates. There's restaurant budgets that you have a plug somewhere. Then there's fun budgets where, you follow me on the night out. Not that it's day 2.
You know the funny thing about December is this. When you're taking people out, it's not even on a romantic P. It is, you live in the US,
Do you want to accompany
UK.
me with my phone? Do you want to accompany me to my phone?
It's even, most times, even you're trying to catch up. You haven't seen this person in a while. But because it's your city, you're the host, so to say, right? It's like, take me to lunch. Now take me to the amount of take me to lunch that you would get.
All you women are scammers because you'll be saying I'm a visitor. Meanwhile, if you look at your father's house in Lagos, it's bigger than my house. So. And yet, you're the visitor. You are a scammer. And the thing is, girls are casting themselves. We still need to hear your point. But one thing on TikTok, TikTok is beautiful because, like I said, girls are the ones marketing this Detty December now. So every time I'm just scrolling, it's one sound you hear. It's like, what's that sound? It's Detty December. You just describe every girl. Then you see girls too, the aesthetics. By the aesthetics, you know how much that girl has. Because there's some girls now, you see the Makos, you see the Koi aesthetics, like, those fast reels. This is how you know I've been on TikTok. Those fast ones that they do spark.
My God. That you kind of need to, if you know, if you don't, it's too bad for you.
But how do you, with you now, how do you navigate Detty December financially when it comes to women?
I'm not going to lie. My answer is probably going to be the most boring of the 3. Get a girlfriend, man. Get a babe.
To be honest, I mean, there are pros and cons.
So the pros for me is like, if I have a girlfriend, then she knows what my financial status is like. So she's not going to be asking for weird requests and things like that. And also just in general, bro. Like,
wait, do you have a girlfriend?
Oof, that's a good question.
Yeah, you've answered it. Don't worry.
Already answered.
Because I'm about to say that he's saying that. You see when somebody's answering hypothetically, and when you're in the fire.
And not just that. He's also wishing that girlfriend was present. Exactly. That would have been nice this December.
If you are going through the reality, you know it's not. It might not be cheaper.
Yeah.
Having a girlfriend,
it has its pros and cons.
You won't even realize you're starting to make more money, but you are spending more.
But isn't it? So for me, it's like, you're gonna have a conversation going into it with your girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So if you're with a babe who, quote unquote, isn't understanding, then like, this is just me. Mm-hmm. Why are you with that babe? Okay,
let me tell you the honest truth. For every girlfriend you have 1 year of understanding.
Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
You have 1 year of understanding. So you can have a bad year. That's it. Every real girl is going to be with you for a bad year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Maybe.
But you see, after that, is on you.
I agree with you. Totally.
So she can be with you whereby, maybe this one Detty December we can't do like that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
See that next Detty December.
You've had time to plan it.
See that next Detty.
You've got excuses.
From January.
You've had time to plan it.
From January to
December didn't spring up.
You can't do again.
The December didn't spring up.
So I think it's also a personality type kind of thing.
Right.
Like, I think the younger I was, the more excited I was by like chaos. It's like, okay, like, oh my God, I need to be around all the baddies and blah, blah, blah. The older I am, I need someone to relax the hell out of me.
No, I agree with you.
I agree with you. I'm with you. So that personality type is naturally, just by my standards, going to be somebody that is like by year
Also-
3 still like they're still gonna have it. Because I'm not going to like mess you up or like have you living a broke lifestyle.
Fair
but, like,
enough. I mean,
you're going to look at me and be like, because I know this guy is going to have it at the end of the day. In this period, I'm going to be understanding of.
So let's say
whatever it is that he
she's
does.
a chill type now, for example.
Yes.
Let me tell you how it's still going to cost you money.
Okay.
Because, where are you guys going to be staying? Let's say you have your own places now, right? So let's say she stays with her mom. See, you probably stay with your parents. There are times you guys are going to need to see still. There are times she might want to stay with you. Might need to rent a place or something. That's money. When you rent that place, if you are saying she's chilled and understanding like you, as you day indoors inside, food needs to be there. Snacks need to be there.
Absolutely.
let me
Alcohol if you consume.
let me even give you the little caveat. You see that plan for 3 babes a week. Do you think you have that opportunity to just do 3 days a week to see? You see that almost every day, if not every day. So first of all,
Even in days you don't want to see her.
so first of all,
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
that's daily budget. You have to be ready for it. Now, again, of course, this is not saying that having a girlfriend that's understanding won't still come with the fact that you can save for your pocket and stuff like that, right? But let's also not forget that just like you have that hype of your friends coming over from the country, she also has a few friends coming over. So she wants to have a good time.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the one time in the year that she gets to have a good time. Now she has a boyfriend she can have that good time with. Let me tell you, you don't want to go out. But she's like, my friends are saying we should come out to this place. Babe, we only do this once a year.
Guys,
You will go out
you know what I
so
realized?
much that you...
You know why I'm laughing? Men are bastards. Because I remember when I was on the streets.
Long time
If you
ago.
were exactly. If you were just a girl while talking, or being that we're seeing each other like that, just talking, you asked me for some money. Like, are you okay? Even though you can afford it, I was like, why? But then imagine how many times when you have a babe, she has randomly asked you for 50k. And you have done it subconsciously. And you'll be like, if this was me last year, I would have been fighting. I won't even look at anybody now. And the thing is now, when you have a babe, you do it, so you just do it. It's not like a day or two later, you'll be doing your final.
You're like, wait, when did I...
Oh, 50k.
Right, fair enough.
Oh. And then even sometimes in that same week, you might have done 50k twice.
Yeah.
This is why I say, like, they cost more. That's already 100k for random.
You know what? Wait, now that we're even on this money topic, have you guys ever... Because we keep talking about the fun part of Detty December, but let's talk about the fact that you're at a restaurant, you finish doing everything you want to do, it's time to pay. Do you know how... the thing about restaurants in Lagos now is that because they already know payments can be a problem, you will see the waiter hovering around your table like this. Sorry, sir, have you made transfer yet?
Have you made transfer?
You'll be telling them, network is down. Give me a few minutes. The babe is looking at you, like, especially if it's a babe who's from, again, like I said, it's hardly ever romantic, right?
Yeah.
It's just, okay, you guys are trying to catch up. Maybe it's someone you used to like before, but now she's just in your city, just trying to chill.
Let's say the truth, she's just fine.
She's just fine, right? And so she doesn't understand these struggles. What do you mean, transfer? You having issues? She not be like, is everything okay? There's nothing more traumatizing than hearing the question, is everything okay, when it's time for payment?
It depends. Yes, there was a bank I used at one point that I tried to transfer, wasn't working. Obviously, Babe says that thing now about, oh, is there any issue? And all. And I'll look at her. Oh, yeah, my transfer is not working. No. There's no pride.
Okay, go on.
I'm not dating you. I'm just
Fair
out
enough.
with you.
Fair enough.
There's a difference.
No, but for me, it's not the
Once
going out.
you say, that's when the test happens. Okay, my transfer is not working. She can be like, okay, let me try. Now, that's also a test too. Some girls too think they're sly. They're bastards too. Because you know why? Some girls say that with no intention. Because some girls know the American card will not work here, but they'll still offer just to feel like, oh, I'm offering. Liar.
Oh.
Then there's some girls now that will offer genuinely that you're like, okay, this one I can keep. It means I'm going to spend double on you next time. And then, of course, there are those babes, once you say, there's an issue. Like this, just on the phone. Is everything okay? Okay.
And so they're going to be like absent.
And she will never see me again.
Yeah. But the funny thing is that, outside of that, I think my own problem is not even that of how the person will perceive me in that moment. It's more about the shame that, hey, my country is still in this stage of life when people in 2024 have moved on from problems like these.
My country.
But it's the truth. It's
My
always
country.
so embarrassing when I'm like, I have payments problems.
Why would you guys have payment stress on your head?
Because I'm experiencing it. Unfortunately.
What about you when it comes to date? Now, like, are you one of those people also, like, when it comes to date, you always pay for it, or do you sometimes tell the girl, like, hey, we ain't together, like, you pay your own?
I'm not
And
gonna
do you ever
lie,
have payment issues?
My ego doesn't let people pay for me that often. So I'm usually
Fair
the guy
enough.
who does the payment most of the time. But I think more recently, I've become a bit more amenable to like people paying for me, especially because a lot of my friends who like the IJGBs who come into town, they're willing to take up the bill most of the time, and I let them, man, because you guys have the cheese.
I mean, of
don't.
course. Hey, I ain't gonna say no.
By all means,
Yeah, I had to flex now.
bro.
Do your thing,
By all
exactly.
means. So I think usually I'm with that. But a question I was gonna ask, like, so I feel like you guys have definitely had like a mixture of like babes. So like the kind of babe that you're describing is like I can picture her in my mind already. I can even see what she's wearing.
Baddie.
Yeah, she's a baddie.
All
haven't you had,
allegations are not of my own opinion and are of our guest.
I'm crying.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm just saying. Like, but haven't you had like a mixed bag where it's like you didn't feel the need to always like put on that like veneer of like impressing?
Oh, no. So that's the thing
Oh,
about
a
me.
lot.
He knows me. I
lot.
don't date girls I need to impress.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
lot.
Like, obviously, as a guy, you would always try. You know, don't get me wrong. I do flex small, but it's like subtle flexing. It's like my guys will know the flex that's happening. That she won't even know the flex is happening.
Right.
You sabi. You sabi. Like for me, like my kind of flex is I will use my resources. So, like for example, I do beach parties. It's like, okay, oh baby, you want to go to the beach? Oh no, come. You're gonna go to my event.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of you on the day. She in our head, oh my god, he's taking care of me, he's paying for this.
But then
it's already in the budget.
Exactly.
Fairs.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've already accounted for you as a
Yeah.
customer. It's
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
said customer.
That was a long time.
That was a
ago.
long
That was
time
a long
ago.
time ago.
Long time
Long
ago.
time ago.
But yeah, no, I don't date girls I need to impress. What about you guys?
Well, I mean, of course, I've crossed that stage now. I'm not single anymore, right? But even
Awesome.
in my single days, even in my single days, I did have, I had experiences. I'll tell you that much. But in December, in particular, I always had a lot more people. Well, there were some. See, in fact, let me be honest with you, right? The babes who would even bill me, or I'd have to spend on, and maybe even won't feel like I was impressive, are babes that used to live in Nige, moved abroad, maybe moved abroad a lot earlier, right? So they've not been in Nige for years, but they
Yeah.
do come back very
Yeah,
often.
absolutely.
And the reason why there's a bit of pressure with those kinds of people is that you don't want them feeling like the mirror they saw in 2022 is the same person. What do you mean there's no upgrade? What do you mean I couldn't take you out then and I can't take you out now? No. If in 2022 I was doing a hotel, now I'm doing some like ×2 expensive. Unfortunately, there just needs to be that need to show them that there's growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's toxic.
I need you guys to know that there's growth. Like, what do you mean you can't see that my finances have come up? What do you mean? You get? And to be honest, I think that's what would
get you
always
back to the
push
day.
me to. Even though sometimes they're not really pressuring me, but I just
Yeah.
know like, nah, I'm gonna leave something. I'm leaving here with some.
That's
You have to.
scary
You
how
have
are
to.
Thinking that yo,
It's just
I'm
the truth.
thinking down the back of my mind, but that's in your front.
I'm crying.
I have to be like, nah, no way.
Oh
She's
my
definitely
God.
gonna walk out thinking, oh yeah, I like the way he seems to be doing well for himself. I need that.
That's all I need.
Just use that one whole body until next year when I see you. I'll work on how to change next year's image. But for now, hold on.
You know, I have a question. So do you think, because I've been having this debate a lot of the time, and it's like guys are like, oh, babes pressure them, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like it's us a lot of the time.
No. I mean, that was definitely
Like,
self-imposed.
guys-
Like the socialization is
Yeah.
between guys. Like somehow we just all came together and made these kinds of rules of what defined a guy. Because low-key,
It's a bit of both.
in my dating experience,
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough. Like I've had babes who have been like a little out there and it's like, you know what, yeah, I don't think we fit. But for the most part, and this is advice my guys gave me way back when, a lot of women, I'm not going to say all of them, will meet you at the level that you present yourself. So if
Fair.
if you
I mean, I agree
present
with
yourself in a certain way, you instantly know, like the babes on Twitter who say things like, don't DM me unless you're going to send me money. I don't
then you
DM those
DM
babes
exactly,
instantly because
yeah.
they presented themselves that way. And I know. And it's the same way with me. It's like, if I'm meeting a new girl, it's like, this is who I am. And this is what you're going to walk into. And if you don't get that thing, we're going to cut it off very quickly. So sometimes I feel like it's a bit more us than them. But I want to hear what you guys think about it.
I used to think that, but I won't lie, women put a lot of good, I would say it's good pressure. And it's good indirect pressure. Because, see it this way, especially when you have a girl you care about, right? she'll meet you at a certain level, right? Fine. Every woman, when a woman likes you, she'll meet you she'll meet at the level you are.
Yeah.
But you cannot even be at that same level.
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
they're always thinking the way sometimes too men were very ambitious. Women too are the same thing. Like what's next? What's
Naturally.
next? What's
They're
next?
seeing their friends
And
get stuff as well. Like,
sometimes even the way women are now, they're not even going to wait for us anymore. They're the ones going to be making all the moves that at least for me, Sha, like the kind of girls I've always dated are girls that are always like making moves. So it's like I'll be seeing them doing their stuff. So in the back of my head, it's like, nigga, if she's doing this shit, you better at least have
Absolutely, yeah.
something for
A little bit of
yourself. So that's why I was
something, yeah.
laughing with him, because like I always used to. That's the same thing for me, but that shit was in the back of my head.
You know,
But it's like,
yeah.
I'm always thinking like, okay, as December comes, not anymore obviously because we're good, but before, obviously when I was single, it's like, I remember this time last year when this girl did the country, I couldn't do certain things. So by the time
Yeah.
she's coming, I want her to see Ilashe everywhere, that she's like, oh my God, Mayowa, like I'm so
and
proud.
that's what I was trying to explain to you about the payment issue. See, because no matter how you try to do it, even if genuinely you have no network,
Yeah.
right? That is, I'm literally seeing 0 bars. Sometimes you can be like, in fact, you even want to push him like, see, can't you see 0 bars?
No, I would never. I think mention how your bank account. Like,
No,
see,
I
can't-
mean like my network. So the reason why I feel that pain of, you mean you have transfer issues, is like it's putting me back in the, you're still here. You had transfer issues last December, if I remember clearly.
Jesus.
And in my mind, I'm like, wait, it's not
God
me.
forbid. God
It's not
forbid.
me. Please
God
go and meet
forbid.
the bank.
God forbid.
It's not me.
See.
Although I have heard though that PalmPay does some amazing stuff with transfers. I've heard that, right? I've tried once or twice myself, and I have seen the same message, but I haven't used it a lot over time. But I've seen a lot of people who say
They're my top
that-
two. To be fair,
who
I'll
say
give
that
the-
when
I-
they do transfer,
They're,
like this.
they're my top two. They're my top two. And the reason I like them is just because, like you said, like, again, they're one of those banks that's, when I've done my transfer, peace of mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because,
fair
like you
enough.
say, there's certain banks now you use that you're like, God, today, please,
You know one thing that caught my attention with PalmPay though, and it's recent, very recent. Every time, because especially now, if you either are transferring to like a dispatch rider or just anyone that's doing quick vendor work, right, which means that they need that notification now.
yeah.
I always notice that as long as the person was using a PalmPay account, rather, they don't need to ask you, sorry, sir, have you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
As long as you've done it, they
Yeah.
already know. Okay,
Yeah.
you've done it. It's fine. I'll get it in like seconds.
No, I agree.
I've never met anyone who said his network is there. I've never met.
Yeah.
And this is not even like I've actually never met anyone who said, "Oh, you transfer to me. There's still network is there." If they've not received, it's not gone through from your end. That's what they say with full chest.
Yeah.
There was one time I was at a POS point, and they were even saying, "Oh, our POS account is a PalmPay account, and if we haven't gotten your transfer, it means you've not sent it." I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean? Your network too can be bad now." He said, "Okay, I'm looking at you like this. I'm telling you, if it's PalmPay, if you don't enter, you go don't enter." At that time, I was like, "Nah." After seeing it from several other people, I was like, "Wait, there's definitely something these guys are doing right
Yeah.
that the other banks are not getting right." I mean, have you guys experienced stuff
Oh, no,
like that? as well?
definitely.
You were going to say something.
Definitely. I think there's a level of empowerment that happens with like artisans and like, like a roadside seller or whatever that I think PalmPay has given. Because,
Right.
with Lagos just being very low trust in general, it's like
That's-
until I see it,
See
you're
it,
not
you're
leaving
not-
this
yeah.
place. But with a lot of the people that I work with personally, be it like a mechanic, be it like a vulcanizer, all these different things, they do the job and it's like, okay. And this is people that I'm talking about with building trust. Is like, okay, you've done it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about even my first time interactions. Like there's a confidence that they have that I don't think that was there before.
Yeah.
But I would say this though, like at least most people don't realize though. For all of you to hear us talking about PalmPay, it's more than a bank. It's a financial solutions company. There's a big difference because you have banks, you have financial solution companies. So that's what I'll say would be the
Yep.
big difference.
Yep.
But
And I think there's so many things that need to be demystified about the PalmPay thing that we'll even get to later, like how everybody just thinks PalmPay is about go and loan money. I mean, we'll get to it at some point, before the end of the episode. But one thing I wanted to touch on though, because I was seeing some of the stuff that they have to offer, which include things like we're already talking about December on the budget and how
Yeah.
you even navigate that. I know they have so many things like no transaction fees. Let me tell you this thing about transaction fees.
I don't even pay attention.
If you've been to,
Yeah.
I used to not.
I don't.
I used to not. If you've been to several places in one day, and then you just notice, wait, hold on, my money, I mean, I calculated what I was going to spend today, and it should still be within this, but there's like 1K missing somewhere, 2K missing somewhere. Then you realize that 2K is from the 50 naira, 30 naira, 50, 50, 50, 50 that you've done in so many places in one day that now amount to 2K, and you're like, wait, hold on. How many transfers have I done today that is even going to be?
Let me tell you something right now. That's still a blessing. Oh, have you seen what some countries charge you for that same
No,
transfer?
and but then again,
That's why I don't even
context.
complain.
No, context is also in that same country. How much are they earning?
No, see, okay, maybe 'cause
Exactly.
Maybe it's for Bisha. Like, I've never just complained about transaction fees. I always like just
Yes.
said,
Yeah.
"Come on, you know what?
It's cost of
Charge
doing
it to the
business.
game.
Yeah.
You guys
Fair
have
enough.
that one."
Fair
but
enough.
like you say, if your own is not as high as others or seamless and respect to you. If not,
Yeah, because again, okay, let's think about it even from again, I'm at my lower end. I'm trying to just save as much as I can.
Yeah.
Do you know what those extra 2K, 3K
Oh,
over
hell
time
yeah,
is
of
going to
course,
do?
yeah,
Do you get what I'm
yeah.
saying? There are some days that you just know that, nah, this is coming through for me. On the other days when you are soft, you might not think about it, but the days when you really know, I need this saving solution, what can I actually do? That's when you start realizing that, this 2K, 3K actually did it before, especially when that can cover for some delivery fees that you were hoping, I don't have extra for this. You get stuff like that. So, and I know they have solutions like that, even down to, someone was telling me earlier, was it, or did I read it somewhere? I can't remember now, about, they even send you notifications about if the bank you're sending to has network issues. I'm sorry about
That's
that.
crazy.
To me, that beats the game.
That's
Piss me.
crazy.
Because it just, imagine me about you. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't do this transfer right now. Your bank is having issues. Do you know the kind of chest I'll have tell you that, your bank is having issues?
I've
I'm
had
sorry.
too many fights when it comes. I've had to pull up into the office for that, but we thank God.
Yeah,
like
no,
I
no,
said,
it's-
I'll give it to
it's
them.
really
That's
good
why
stuff.
I've never
It's
had
really
an
good
issue
stuff.
with them.
It's
But
really good stuff. And but I will say, you guys can give me some other tea. I don't know a lot about the loaning thing because I've heard about it a lot.
Yeah.
When you see pumping, the first thing you think is, hey, they'll come and carry me out my door because I don't loan money.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I mean, I got to learn obviously by doing a little more research that that's actually not true. Do you
Yeah.
have more information about like how that works? Because I don't really know a lot about what their whole structure is. Do you guys have any idea?
I've personally never understood why they got that reputation.
Fair enough.
It just became a thing that was latched onto PalmPay. For as much as I knew, they were pretty much what you described, a financial institution, kind of like a bank. But even just like going back to what you were saying about like the transfer fees,
Yes.
no transfer fees is crazy to me.
I keep saying, I feel like we're not really dipping it. I feel like
It's crazy to me.
I feel like we're not really dipping
I
it.
don't relate. So thank God, God has been good for us. So don't worry. But real quick, go ahead.
Because I've like I said, like this year has kind of like taught me a lot as far as like growth, but then also been times where it was like slower.
Yeah.
And it's in those moments that you realize
really-
those are the times where you
you
see
be like-
it.
you be
Like you're
like,
down
oh,
to
I
like
see
your
it now, like,
your
yeah.
4 digits and it's
Yep.
like, yo, like
But let me
it's
ask you guys a question now, as we're rounding up, because obviously this is our last episode of the year before January hits. What are some of the things you guys are looking forward to this Detty December, and what's one thing you're going to take with you from this year into next year?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first.
So looking forward to this December, rest. I'm looking forward to, and when I say rest, I don't mean rest in the I'm trying to be on my bed resting. No, I mean rest as in I can decide to step out of my house. There's no traffic. I can decide to move from point A to point B, and I can actually calculate that 20 minutes will end up being 20 minutes.
January.
No, in some, like you said, when they travel to village.
There's two people.
No. The road. Have you driven on Christmas Day, bro? Travel. Just take a drive Christmas Day morning. You will see what I'm talking about.
Where am I going
Bro,
Christmas Day morning?
That's my point. It's bliss. There was one morning I just said, you know what? Wait, everywhere is looking green on the map. I'm not gonna. And I took a drive. It's the most relaxing thing I had ever experienced.
Fair.
I could actually feel how beautiful Lagos was. I'm like, you mean to say that I can move from point A to point B seamlessly like this? And I mean, it was a breeze. That's my kind of, I need
Fair
to rest
enough.
this
Yeah.
December. Rest is just the mental gymnastics of, okay, I need to sit in the traffic for 1 hour, or I need to horn, somebody's disturbed. Just that, as well as, even just the solace of, there's light, I'm just at home, I'm just doing absolutely nothing, I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
I look forward to that because I hardly get that rest time. So, all through the year, apart from like maybe your leave periods or you travel or whatever it is, there's actually no break. And what I mean by that is vendors aren't calling you, you're not trying to follow up on anything.
Yeah.
You just have that period either between the 25th of December and like the 1st of January where there's just this seamless no work.
Yeah.
We're just there's just no work.
Yeah.
You get. So, I mean, except you're in entertainment and stuff like that, maybe you'll be working a little bit, but
Well, when?
I just mean like between 25th and 1st.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Based on like the work environment, there's just no work.
Yeah.
You can actually feel it in the air that it's relaxing. I look forward to that. That's what I usually
fair.
look. That's such a 30 plus thing to say,
Yeah.
but yes, I know. I look forward to it. In January, you asked me, what was the second question?
And then what's one thing you'll take from this year to next year?
To be honest, being able to adapt a lot quicker. I think that's one thing that I started this year, but I couldn't quite gauge the pace of how quickly and how often I needed to adapt, especially with Nigeria, right? Because I know that I started this year, especially between January and March, started with a certain mindset. They canceled that for us.
Yeah.
April to like June, I'm like, okay, I re-strategized. I know what's going on now. This is the worst they can give us.
Yeah.
July, they canceled that out. I'm like, okay, July again, let me strategize. July to September, canceled it out. So there have been so many times you've had to readjust and adapt. So I think I need to just be more open to that adaptation mindset. It would definitely help me in other situations, right? But that's definitely one thing I'm taking from this year.
Awesome.
And also the fact that I can actually see myself push through very hard situations. And I think those two things, I just know that it looks very hard, but once I've been through very hard things as well, I push through. That mindset, those two things, I think I'm just going to go through that. I'll take that to next year.
Nice. Awesome. I think things that I'm looking forward to this December, well, there's an Odunsi concert that's coming up soon, and I really liked his album, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Interesting.
I'm looking forward to making money, because December is peak period for people like me. I'm doing a lot of hostings. I have a wedding soon, which I'm really looking forward to hosting. I'm also looking forward to having time to like reflect on the year, because I was listening to you speak about adaptability, and man, like that is so true. Bro, the amount of times this year that I thought I was done, like this one, they've actually killed me this time. Like I'm done,
To be honest.
and somehow you just rise above.
Yeah.
Like that really inspired me, like in a serious way. So even just taking that to 2025, I've been telling a lot of people, and just like in general, because I'm also Christian, so like I'm deeping in lots of things. 2024 felt like preparation.
To be honest.
It felt like preparation. It felt like laying down the groundwork and the foundation. And I think I came face to face with a lot of my worst fears. So it's like being broke. Okay, you're broke and you didn't die. Okay, like not having maybe as many friends I used to have. Okay, you don't have as many friends. Because I think another thing about like not having money is like you realize that you can't really show up to everything. It's like I'll be telling people, it's like two of your friends are getting married and it's like, oh, come and buy a Ashwebi.
Like,
and in my mind, I'm
bro,
thinking it'll probably be easier to break this relationship than pay for this Ashwebi.
Real shit.
Wow.
This is the real shit. This is facts.
I'm being so for real, because
Very
what
facts.
I'm about to pull this 50K out
This
from.
is facts.
No,
And
I'm
at the
telling
same
you.
time, you don't want to also directly say is that I don't have 50K. You
Yeah,
just know,
exactly.
you know what? I might ghost you, my bro. I might come back again in the future when things are better and apologize cordially.
my bad.
But for now,
Yeah.
I just ghost you.
It's something people don't talk
understand
about,
it.
man. It's like,
Low
oh, come on, spend, come on. It's like, bro, like it's a stressful.
Low-key.
But having been through that and coming out of it on the other end, and things have definitely looked up like the last couple months. It's like, okay, like if being broke is not that much of an issue, then I can take more risks. I can take more chances. So I'm really looking forward to like a 2025 where like I'm going all in and like damning the consequences essentially.
Fair enough.
Fair.
I also wanted to just I forgot to point out that the most important thing I look forward to in December is the family reunion.
Oh yeah, def.
I don't get to see my brothers for years, so December is usually the one time that we get to just all be together. So I think that's the one thing that I'll say.
Looking forward to Sunday at Tilasha, of course. Shout out to you people.
Naturally.
That's it, to be honest. I've done everything already. I've done every concert, all that. Obviously, see some friends, man. I just want to enjoy at the beach. Thank God for the year. But more 2025, I call it clean slate. It's a clean slate, so we're all adults. You can do whatever you like. So it's just to go with God next year and use all the experiences that we've had to grow. That's it.
I have a question though. How do you guys celebrate Christmas? Because somebody asked me this, and when they give me the look, after my response, I was like, is this not how everybody else celebrates Christmas? Like you just said, chill
with my family.
If there's a Christmas party somewhere and they say,
that's
I might swing back.
You know when we say, oh, there's a Christmas at this house is like, at certain points, I'm just like, I don't even feel like leaving my house today, man. Like, I'm gonna chill.
There's something in the air on that day.
There's already food at home. Like, I'll chill, watch Netflix for the day. Because I'm not really a big Netflix watcher.
Right.
I don't really watch Netflix and all that unless it's like, okay, I'm
Like
really
you don't watch
just
Netflix or you don't watch TV.
No, I mean, I don't really. I mean, I watch TV, but it's more of like my own stuff. Like when I have time to watch TV, it's more of my sports stuff,
Okay, fair enough.
podcasts,
Like YouTube.
YouTube basically.
Yeah,
but like
I'm the same way.
Netflix is like, okay, if I'm with you, you're chilling with my babe and all that. It's okay, we're watching Netflix shows too. But yeah, Christmas days like that, it's like I'm just going to literally see family, play game, and Netflix. Phone is off. Merry Christmas, everybody, much love. But to start going from this house, this house, this house, it's like we're in Lagos. That's why I tell people, like, when you live in Lagos, most of the activities you do when visiting, you don't do anymore because I can do it the whole year. Like,
Yeah.
I used to visit for December and there's no day I'm not out. It's every day.
Yeah.
Now it's like, bro, I was just out. No be your house I just go to in November.
Yeah.
No be your, but it'll still be a fun one though.
Yeah.
It'll still be
Yeah.
a fun one.
Yeah,
I think
fair
I'm
enough.
similar. The only thing though is like, I low-key think about what you were saying about like people going to different people's houses. And I kind of mourn stuff like that because I think we're definitely becoming a lot less communal. So like growing up, I remember where it was like you go to grandpa's house, you go to grandma's
Oh,
house, you
yeah,
go and
yeah,
visit
yeah.
your auntie, you go and
That
eat meat
extended
here.
family would just all kind of come
But
together.
that thing is lost with our generation, man, and that scares me because I think it has its drawbacks. It's time, you know, like all these different things that you're investing.
Yeah.
But I think those bonds were definitely stronger for those reasons, you know, because people used to hang out together. But let me not be a downer. My Christmas is going to be family, pretty much family.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think same for me. I usually never do a lot in December, especially on Christmas Day. But the family time, you know, it doesn't even have to be the day. The day itself, I usually rest. I usually almost do nothing. Like I said, if there's one Christmas party somewhere, maybe I'll swing by for a few
Are you a
minutes.
Christmas film person by any chance?
Used to be, but right now, nah, man, turn that shit off. Yeah, but that's just me. I like they are nice movies, but I feel like I've just
Outgrown them.
let me tell you what it is.
Sure.
You watch the glamour and you're like, you guys are not serious. In what place did they show you that the man is suffering the bills?
It's because
Where?
we're in Nigeria, so you know most of these Christmas are based out.
Yeah, yeah,
we
So
see
no
there's a
stuff.
dream they sell that I don't
They-
know. These
you-
bastards, like in this, like you don't be dang like that.
I'm like, oh my god, Christmas. I'm like, you guys have to be joking.
Because
Have you seen how
I
much
used to be
Christmas
a
tree
big
is?
Christmas person abroad. Now it's just like in these heats.
Bro.
Someone said you would enjoy Christmas until you start paying for it.
Facts.
When you check how much Christmas tree alone is, and you say something 1 million, you're like 1 million for
But
the tree.
look at you. That's
It's
why you
okay.
save the same tree now. You just keep it in storage.
Of course,
It's every November, December. Oh yeah, bring it out again.
bring it out again.
But
Yeah,
let me
for
tell you
sure,
something
for sure.
random this year did to me. So I live in a Band-Aid area, right? So obviously do all the things that come with that.
Yeah.
Dude, I was chilling. I had like a stretch of days where I was hosting, just several days in advance. And I was like, you know what? I should treat myself. I've been working hard. Do you know how I used to treat myself that day? I ran my AC, fam. That was my version of treating myself. Most of the time, my AC is off. But I was like, it's afternoon. I'm vibing. I'm in a good mood.
You see
Run
how
this AC.
Nigeria, how are you celebrating and all that? My AC.
My AC,
Does
fam.
that sound normal?
Bro, let me tell you, I know exactly how much that P takes. If you do 7 hours in a night, and this is something I'd never cared about before, 7 hours in a night, Band-Aid area, that thing takes 10 units. 10 units.
That is insane.
Insanity.
That is, I sleep and wake up 10 units.
10 units
Just
gone.
sleep and wake up 10 units.
So I'm being economical with how I use my AC. It's insane.
And it doesn't remember, wait, I'm in an area where there's fresh air now. What's going on?
Open
This
those
window, how much
windows.
this we doing? Like 3 months. What's happening? Nah, it's crazy. But I mean, to be honest, nonetheless, we still end up finding a way to have a good time as Nigerians, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
With all the turmoil, with all the suffering and everything that we do, we find a way to make sure that, you know, we end it on a good note. And to be honest, that's the same thing all around. And even this podcast for the year, we're ending it on a very good note.
Shout out to all of you that have been watching us, that have been supporting us for the
Yep.
year. We appreciate you. Much love to you. You can still follow us individually. Scenario on deck, Miriwa's
on my
Insta.
platforms.
Do you have social
Yeah.
medias you want to plug in?
Deji Osikoya everywhere. DEJIOSIKOYA.
You
Okay.
can find him there. You would find me at the beach Sunday at Ilashe again. We're going to be there every Sunday, 22nd, 29th. We're back. And yeah, man, got anything else?
Yeah, and also, lastly, you guys, PalmPay is a licensed mobile money operator by the Central Bank of Nigeria, and they have over 35 million users. So you guys should check them out. Also, lastly, please, PalmPay is not a loan company.
Facts.
Not a loan company. You guys should stop that.
Because those things
All
are
right.
trending.
So yeah.
But all right, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you guys have a great and safe time in December wherever you are. I'm Michael Sonario,
And I'm Olumiro.
and this is Menisms.